it's Doug from the Rise Up Gym channel, and today I have some exercises to help you change your direction quickly and cut on a dime. Let's check it out. Change your direction. Every sport requires it, so you should train to be very good at it to prevent injuries and also be better at your sport. So change of direction is basically absorbing force, which we talked about in the last video. If you didn't see it, check it out up here. But absorbing energy, absorbing force, and then using that like a spring to move in a different direction or to put power into something. So we want to now absorb the force and then move it. And that'll help you be better at your sport and again, keep you injury freer than normal. So foundational exercises still, deadlift, squat, step ups, all those things, keep with those. Again, I have a ton of videos on those, you can check them out of how to do correct form. Another foundational exercise are lateral lunges. So change of direction is usually lateral or at an angle. So when we do these, we want to take a nice step, absorb, and then I like to come back to the starting position. So I want to step out not so far that I can't come back, but enough to absorb and then back in. And you can do them weighted, you can do them at angles and back, you can step back. So anything is pretty much fair game. Once people get better, again, I'll have them hold dumbbells and then take a step, absorb and come back, or stepping at a slight angle, coming back to the starting position and moving around. So anything's pretty much fair game. Second are walking lunges. So it's very similar to this. So we'll walk, take a step. You can step to the side. You can step back, open up. Just various types of lunges. Making sure your hips are stable and level while you do it will go a long way. So again, do not ignore foundational strength training exercises like the ones I just mentioned. After, we'll move on to agility and power. So the agility section is where the money's made on these change of direction drills. Again, some are very similar to the absorption and also the first step one we did 2 videos ago. So check them out. Jump rope. Again, I think it's primary that all athletes learn how to jump rope because one, it's very good for agility, timing, but also introduces you to a plyometric effect, which is that springiness. So we'll do our basic jump rope. Now I'll give you a little bit of a caveat on how I want you to change direction. Obviously you got here. And then what I want you to do is go side to side. So we're changing directions and it's also changing the timing of it. So we get that side to side movement, change of direction. It loads one foot a little bit more than the other and springs off and just back and forth. So mix that up when you do your jump rope and that'll help kind of get you going in the side to side directional exercises. Very entry level, low level exercises for change of direction, or kind of what we just did with the jump rope. We're going to do side to side with 2 feet. So we can just move side to side. Then when you get better, you can go 1 foot side to side and obviously do the other one. I also have people doing figure eights. So a figure eight, you just imagine going at different angles. So let's say I'm gonna lateral hop to the side, I'm gonna diagonal back, over, diagonal forward. And we go that way and then I'd have them change directions. And then as they get better, back and forward, working on a figure eight. Now, one little caveat is I normally do not have people use ladders. Ladders I think are great, speed ladders, but what I find with the speed ladder is the athletes tend to look down and try to stay within that little small square of the ladder. I like them looking downfield or down court, so that way they kind of trust their body and learn how to feel their body versus using vision as their primary feedback. Also, it confines the space a lot, so it's okay that, let's say I jump laterally, some are short, and I jump further on some of them. We want to mix it up. Sports is not perfect. Yeah, sometimes you need to cut on dimes for certain things, but you're never really going to think about, oh, I can only go 2 feet. I'm going to go further. Maybe I'm going to stretch out more and have to change direction as well. So sports are not perfect, so we should try to keep it as controlled in chaos as we can, and that's why I just like kind of free and open agility with those types of things. So again, those are the low-level ones. We'll kind of move up to the hurdle next. Okay, hurdles are a great way to kind of up the ante on the change of direction because you want to clear a certain height. Now these are adjustable, they have 3 adjustments, so I usually start my athletes low and then we can raise them up because I want them to be successful. So again, we're going to kind of do those 3 that we did with one difference. So we're going to go over 2 foot, so that's the basic one. Then the next one we do is a speed skater hop. So I call it speed skater. So we're going to stand on 1 foot and I'm going to jump over and land, jump over and land. So that's getting the change of direction. And then the third one, which is the most challenging, is the single leg where you hop over and back. So get really good at those. That one's pretty difficult. The other change of direction I do is 2 hurdles, is we'll jump forward and then lateral. So I'll jump forward, and then lateral and stick, and I turn and change. You can also do forward and like 1 foot. It's pretty much up to your imagination and where the athlete is or where you are at that present moment with your agility. I'd say explore it all, mix it up. Now speed is the final component of these things. So yes, we want to go fast to change directions. We'll probably need to do that in sports. But when we're learning something, going slow and patterning it properly is the way to go. So let's say I want to do the forward and lateral. It is okay for you and or your athlete to land for a second and then go and then do it. And then I would say pick up the speed slightly, but stay in control. So again, learn the movement first, have good landings, have good absorption, and then move on, and then you can pick up the speed. We're going to do some exercises, change of direction, that are similar to the hurdle, but we're going to do it on a box. Now the box offers a slight variation. The first one we're going to do is a lateral step over. So we did the speed skater over the hurdle. Now that means we had to pick up our foot and get over. This one we have to pick it up a little bit, but what we're going to do is shuffle, shuffle, stick, shuffle, shuffle, stick. So the reason why I like this is because we can absorb, like we did in the last video, and then over, and we can really work the speed. Also, I'm looking downfield, 1, 2, and I'm trusting where the box is, and I'm trying to get fast and working my motion. So this one is a little bit more speedy than the other one because the other one you got to jump a little bit more. And then as you get better, you can get further off the box, you can go a little bit faster, etc. The other one I like too is like the one-legged on-off. You can do it with one-legged onto the box and get that plyometric effect. So you can go outside foot, on, off, and down. That's kind of changing direction. You can go inside foot, on, off. Those are tricky, but you'll really know your weaknesses and your strength when you do those. Keep them kind of low rep in the beginning, and then you get a little bit better. But yeah, you get that springiness, you get that drop, which is also extra absorption versus just a foot stepping over. So you get that higher drop. And these I tend to keep around 6 inches. You can go a little bit higher, but that seems to be kind of the magic where we can work speed and rebounding effect along with that change of direction. Lastly, we're going to do an exercise for force absorption and change of direction combo. So again, if you watched the last video, we just dropped off the box, stuck the landing, that absorbed force. Now we want to use that force, that energy that creeps back up, and put it somewhere. So we're going to go lateral. So what I'm going to do is I have my athletes, or you or yourself, you're going to step off the box. When you land properly, you're going to use that energy and spring laterally 2 foot. So I'll drop and stick. And then I walk back up the box, I drop down, and go over. And again, you can change this up, drop, 2 foot, and then I have them 1 foot land. I rarely have them drop and land on one leg and over at this height. That would be very advanced athletes on a lower box, but it is doable. Again, you can kind of make it based on where you're at and your imagination and what you need to work on. So I want to thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like it down below. Also subscribe as I try to put a new video out every week. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. If you have any ideas for videos that you want to see, let me know down in the comments as well, and I'll make a video on it. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time, and let's get those change of directions going.